Blutbart.
Hello and welcome back to another behind the scenes toy photography video. This week I'll show you my take on one of my favorite Star Wars comic book scenes. I call this shot a Fateful Request. For this shot I used Darth Vader, Boba Fett, and Black Krrsantan from Hasbro's Star Wars The Black series. This scene comes from the 2015 Marvel Darth Vader comics, where Vader hires Boba Fett to track down the pilot who destroyed the Death Star. The pilot, of course, turned out to be Vader's son, Luke Skywalker. It's a pretty simple scene, just three characters having a chat in the desert, but I always enjoy the imagery of Vader on his home planet, plus Boba and Santo are two of my favorite characters, and seeing them work together is always a treat. The coating of sand I laid out for my ground surface made it easy to pose the toys in a casual stance, even if my Vader figure's legs are getting to be real wobbly. I wanted Vader's cape to trail off the edge of the shot, so I used a combination of binder clips and magnets to weigh the cape down and keep it taut. To fill out the scenery, I used this terrarium decoration that I've used many times before, but this time I flipped it upside down and used some weights to hold it in place. Lastly, I placed some white foam core board opposite my softbox as a reflector. Here's my starting image. Not a whole lot of editing was needed for this shot, mostly just the standard bit of touch-ups and color corrections. Obviously they were out in the desert, so I wanted to really crank up the lights and midtones with the levels adjustment layer. The whole scene was a bit too yellow, so I balanced the colors more towards the red and blue. After that, I used a variety of tools to remove all the gaps in Krrsantan's fur. Then I cropped the image and removed this bit of sky from the gap in my set piece. The rest of the sky was looking a little blown out, so I also applied a layer mask to mask my levels layer. Lastly, I used the burn tool to darken up some of the shadows on my subjects. Normally I would paint in the lights on Vader's chest and belt, but I didn't think they'd glow much in the direct sunlight, so I decided to leave them as is. So once again, here's my starting image. And here's where I ended up. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, and make sure to check me out on Instagram. Thanks, and until next time.